Like every person, I struggle with starting out learning new hobbies. The primary part of this is simple. Being bad at something feels bad. If I sit down to learn a new card game and I'm losing because I don't understand the strategy of what I'm doing, that doesn't feel good. If I sit down to learn a new fighting game and don't understand the combo routing or controls, that feels bad. But why? Well, we tend to tie our self-worth to our performance in various activities. What if I told you there was a way to prevent this? And it all comes from changing your respective mindset on whatever you're trying to do. First, understand what you want out of the activity. For example, there are several different types of games that I play and hobbies that I enjoy. I play several card games and fighting games, as well as I'm an artist. When pertaining to these things, I have to ask myself, what do I want out of these? Starting with card games, I really enjoy Magic the Gathering. When playing the most popular format of Magic, that being Commander, I really enjoy playing the game for fun. My deck being as strong as the others at the table is beneficial, and I attempt to match the commanders that I build as well as the strategies around that common idea. Winning is fun in Commander, but it is not the end-all be-all. On the other hand, while playing another format of Magic the Gathering, that being Standard, I am deliberately attempting to win the game now. I see the format as a puzzle that I am trying to solve in my own way. After identifying what you want out of your respective game or hobby, whether that be making art or playing a game, it is important to identify what you want out of it, and to treat what you're wanting to do with this in mind. Do you want to win, or do you have a different goal? If you want to actively get better, the next step is simple but very difficult. Next, you have to do the stuff you don't want to do. When it comes to art, I plan to do it professionally as a job. There are specific aspects of art that I don't particularly love doing, that being working on specific parts of the body such as the neck or face. When it comes to exclusive personal preference on what I want to do, I would draw figure studies for hours on end and do nothing else. I love working on the human figure as a whole, but there's only so much you can do while avoiding other aspects, and only so good you can get. So you have to do the boring stuff. But if you don't want to do the boring stuff, does that make you lazy? No, it doesn't. It makes you human. Doing the boring stuff is hard. So the answer is don't overcrowd yourself with it. How I see it, you have two main options. Sprinkle it into your habit, or do a set time of work on whatever you're specifically focusing on. Let's go to fighting games, for example. If I want to learn a new character, I have to learn new combos for them. But I don't want to sit down and learn the combos. So maybe I could sit down for 20 minutes once a day for a week and work on the combos or learn new combos. Or while playing the fighting game, I can take small intervals when I'm playing, such as 5 minutes, or even just between games to work on my combos. A large part of this is just being aware how daunting learning can be. There's so much to do in the world, but you have the time to learn what you want to. This doesn't mean waste your time and never do anything because you have all the time in the world. This means don't stress yourself out about not having everything you need to be done. Life is supposed to be fun. Thirdly, don't reinvent the wheel. Let's say you want to get started with a new hobby. We'll use Overwatch as an example. So if you want to get good, the obvious answer would be to just practice the game constantly and do nothing else, right? No, not at all. You have to understand that you aren't the first person ever to play Overwatch. In the current day and age, we have technology at our fingertips. Thousands of hours of tips and gameplay can be accessed. Discord servers that are able to help you. Sadly, Reddit and Twitter to ask people for advice. There are so many different resources to take advantage of. So why don't you use them? We don't want to feel like we're allowed to ask for help, but not asking for help just leads to frustration. So when you're struggling to improve or learn something, just ask. You want to build a new Magic deck? Look at what others are making. Want to learn how to do new stuff in fighting games? Go watch the pros, or ask a Discord server. Finally, remember that you have the time to do what you want to. It's fairly easy to fall into the mindset of, I have so much to do, so I just won't do anything because of how stressed I am. You have to remember that just because you have a lot to do and a lot to learn, no one is holding your life on the line if you don't complete the task quickly. You have the time to sit down and learn what you want to. As well as this, remember that some things come more naturally to other people. You might have spent an hour learning a specific card game interaction because you didn't understand the process, while your friend only spent 5 minutes and understood it fairly quickly. This doesn't make your friend better than you. The real talent and skill comes from the willingness to commit yourself to learning what you want to, and learning aspects of your craft that you don't actually want to learn. One other thing to remember is not to tie your self-worth with your performance. Within the world of gaming and art, you look around and see people doing exactly what you want to do. But they're just doing it better than you? Who cares? You shouldn't be focusing on what others are doing anyways. You should be focusing on your personal progress and the improvements that you are currently making. So you have two options. Worry about how much better they are than you at your respective craft, or stop worrying and instead look at them as inspiration. Another part of this is simply changing how you look at things, or even how you talk to yourself about them. If you lost in a fighting game, you should be asking yourself why I lost, and not just telling yourself how bad you are and how much it was terrible that you did this thing. Look at what you can do differently. This applies to everything. In art, you should be figuring out what aspects of the work that you just finished that you didn't like, and then working on that in the next art piece. Look at what others do and see what they're doing and take the inspiration from them. Look at what their artwork is and what you like about it, or someone's gameplay and what you like about it. And remember, online, you only see what others want you to see. Even while making this, I struggle with emotions that I mentioned beforehand, but at least I'm starting to deal with them better.